any other MMOs you guys would recommend? I don't really know a lot of other MMOs. Okay, I do, but I don't. Like, I've tried Final Fantasy. I've tried WoW for like 2 days.
Right, Rune? I love that track. I think the beat is like slightly off in it. I always, for some reason, kind of struggle mixing it, but I play it anyways. All the time. Alright, last time to check the moist meter, chat. Hopefully we're wet now. Yes! Hell yes. If this doesn't make you wet, I don't know what will. God. Oh wow, we're just, yeah, my camera's just done. Well, show's over, folks. Sometimes my equipment tells me when the night's over before I figure it out. Sticky herbs, you got a good point there. much for the sub. Last minute sub. Thank you. Welcome to the fam. Alright, chat. Seems like the perfect ending track. What a freaking night, though. Oh my god. Why is the whole stream cursed? It's also not emo night anymore. Jesus. This is so over. Oh, hi. Also, my vacuum's back there. I'm gonna have some troubleshooting to do. I think I just need to get rid of the slap cam because it's messing up everything. What the heck? Glad you guys can't see my phone right now. I just opened my Instagram. Why is everything turning into prawn? Literally everything. Everywhere I go on the internet, it's just freaking porn. I'm kind of tired of it. Anyways. Who should we raid? So many hot friends online. Ooh, Tiger's on. Let's raid Tiger. I feel like he doesn't normally stream after me. Hate spelling his freaking name though. Here we go. Thank you guys for all the love tonight. It was so much fun. Sorry about the messy ending, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is here. I will see you guys. Pega Alex, you're still here. Nice. I'll see you guys on Thursday for mod night. Mod appreciation night. It's gonna be really freaking hot. And let's give Tiger lots of love. That's all I gotta say. Bye. Bye. Mwah.
No. It's like listening to a fucking nail gun. I've been there. I was 16 once. Alright. I like this guy a lot.
said it. You don't have to keep saying it. We got it. You don't like that song. So if I want to piss off Underrated Reply guy, now I know what to play. Write that down. The Barney theme song isn't new.
Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a when the day the laughter hit of me, seemed impossible to feel. When someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. And I look at you in the world.
Okay, this is not that good, and in fact, it makes me feel sad I played it. show on Sirius XM, Beta BPM. Every Tuesday night, I do a whole hour of brand new music on the biggest dance radio station in North America. It's called BPM. It's on channel 52 on Sirius XM. And it's cool because I get to play all these new songs that for the first time. Wait, new text, big text, you leaving? Daz loves Savvy Star, Sky, Blue, and Sammy. Anyway, this guy, his name is Reedy D. The song is called Do You Really Like It? I like it. The question is, do you like it? Well, I'm sure you'll let me know. You don't seem very shy. Oh, silly hat. I think I owe Mrs. Yoro a silly hat. Someone's got to get Daz Love 3 a sub. I'm going to give sub up there.
Is it wicked? Is it wicked? Do you really like it? Do you really like it? Is it wicked? Is it wicked? Do you really like it? Do you really like it? We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like this. Do you really like it? Is it wicked? We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like that.
Yes, I did play Underrated Reply Guy's song on my radio show. Is it wicked?
Is it wicked? Is it wicked? Do you really like it?
This guy's from London. I think he's from Bristol. I tried to reach out to him today, by the way.
Do you really like it? Is it wicked? We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like that.
Top bottom switch, good to see. The hat says... Can you read that?
Do you really like it? Do you really like it? We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like this. Do you really like it? Is it wicked?
This came from Amazon, I think.
We're loving it like
It's New Music Tuesday. All these songs are brand new. Oh my gosh. What's going on here? Mrs. Earl's going crazy. Sasha Size, good to see you. You guys know right now that Twitch is doing a thing.
This door is going to be a pain in the ass, I can tell.
So all the bits, if you cheer more than 300 bits, Twitch throws in a bonus. And also subscriptions, which are very affordable at $4.99, are even cheaper.
May have to turn it.
25% off. Hey, what's up, Kino?
We'll see.
So good to see you back. And top bottom switch is here too. Hang on. Make sure you buy them on your. Remember, you can buy stuff on your computer. It's cheaper on your computer if you buy bits, especially. If I buy bits on my iPhone, for $20 I get 1,000 bits, 1,050. But if I buy them on my computer, I get 1,500. Because Apple takes $4.50 out of your $20, which is ridiculous. Yeah, it's amazing. That's not true. You buy bits. Bits are pennies, basically. Buy them on your computer. You can use them on your phone. Once you buy bits, you can use them whenever. But if you buy them on your phone, you're going to pay a lot more for them. Why would anyone pay for these things? Wait, for this thing? That's right, Sasha Size. You can use Venmo as well, at Liquid Todd, and hit me like without any, yeah, you can do that too. Now you get more bits if you buy them on your computer than you do on your phone. So I get more money. If you spend $20, you're only going to get half of it to spend. Because Twitch takes $5 out of your 20, and then Apple will take another $4.50. So for your $20, you only have $10.50 to spend. It's not. Yeah, get the bits, but buy them on your computer if you can. If not, just buy them. Right now, if you cheer more than 300 bits, here's a bonus. All right, I got a song to play for you. It's from Disco Lines, Jay Wara, and Annabelle, England. I'm just saying, if you buy them on your computer, you can spend them on your phone, but you just get a lot more bits. Yeah, I mean, $4.50? That's a lot of that's a hell of a tax, isn't it? Sasha Size, I'm a big fan of yours. Half Eddie. Remember, all these songs are brand new. It is New Music Tuesday.
I can't wait for you
Don't wait for me. I'm cutting loose. You're a story under flashing lights. I'm hypnotized, chasing highs just for tonight. I can't wait for you. Don't wait for me. I'm cutting loose. You're a story under flashing lights. I'm hypnotized.
Thank you so much, Alexander. You're the man.
Just for tonight.
Mrs. Joel is here. Sasha Size, top bottom switch, DJ Sean Thomas, Jay Smith.
Can't wait for you. Don't wait for me. I'm cutting loose. You're a story.
I just found this song today.
I can't wait for you. Don't wait for me. I'm cutting loose. You're a story. Under flashing lights. I'm hypnotized. Chasing highs just for tonight. It would be hard to catch, but you want it so bad, so bad, so bad. I'm off the trace, get freaky when it's like that. I'm not holding back, running to the sunset. Heart is beating fast, love it when it's like that. Love it when it's like that.
These are all pictures from the Discord. Please join the Discord. Link is in the chat.
I can't wait for you. Don't wait for me.
To the Dread Pirate. Sweet dreams.
We found the flashing lights. I'm hypnotized. Chasing highs just for tonight. I can't wait for you. Don't wait for me. I'm cutting loose. You're a story. Found the flashing lights. I'm hypnotized. Chasing highs just for tonight.
Thank you so much, DJ Sean Thomas, for helping out with the modding. Current mods right now. DJ Rocket MD. Jen and DJ Sean Thomas. You know what? I'm not like the best DJ in the world, but I have my moments. Another brand new song you never heard before. didnt. You're listening to all new songs you've never heard before. You know how cool that makes you? It makes you very cool. That's a really good idea, actually. They decompose, right? Listen, also, if you want to get SiriusXM on your phone, I'm not trying to sell you shit. It's only $5 a month. And once you have it, you just try to quit. Try to cancel it. Call them up to cancel. They'll be like, no, we'll give it to you for 5 years for a quarter. They won't let you go. I ain't saying nothing. Wait, this one was really good, wasn't it? Yeah. What do you think about this one?
I've got what you want and you've got me. Foreign love and that I need. I've got what you want and you've got me. Foreign love and
I'm just saying, once you subscribe, it's almost impossible to cancel. And I think I'm worth $5 a month, by the way. Jay Smith, by the way, I'm worth $4.99 for the sub. I think I'm worth $4.99. Ghost sticks. Ex-wife. Welcome back, 122 go 2. Oh, this is okay. It's not great. It's just okay. Oh, yeah. It was Columbia Club, whatever, Club Columbia. Columbia House, that's what it was. It was a trap. Well, why would you want to quit me? I'm playing this one again because I really like it. It's New Music Tuesday. My name is DJ Liquid Tide. That's it.
Connection. Association. Relationship. Concepts. Abstract.
You know what? Someone who was
Reality.
one of my toddlers
Perfection. Flawless.
told me that he
Connection.
on this website. I want to say the website.
Concepts.
I'm not going to tell you the name of it. But they sell powdered
Existence.
caffeine in a little vial. And it says bump on it. Right? And he's like, well, it's on TV, so it must be okay, right? The government must have approved it. I'm like, no, that's not. You ever watch Fox News? I saw Mike Huckabee hawking dubious pills. He calls it Relaxium. It'll help you sleep. Guaranteed. I ran for president. I lost in 2016, so I know what I'm talking about. You can't trust that shit. It's called Bump. And the freaking website, I shouldn't tell you this. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Powdered caffeine. It's called wannabump.com. I think it's called wannabump.com. Does that sound a little shady to you, or? I love a roofie. For me. Not for other people. You never give anybody anything that they don't know about.
Connection. Association. Relationship. Concepts. Abstract. Existence.
Just trust me.
Reality. Idealistic. Perfection. Flawless. Connection. Association. Concepts. Abstract. Existence. Reality. Perfection.
Oh, come on, you can do this. You got this? It's working before. My living room. It's bananas, right?
Flawless. Connection. Association. Concepts. Abstract. Existence. Reality. Perfection.
Look, it took me 3 years to build this. 3 years to build this. I once did a hypnol with my friend, I'm not going to say his name, but he's a gay guy. But he went down on a girl. He forgot about it, of course. Yeah, I forgot it too for 2 weeks. I was working on the street, I was like, oh. Anyway, that shit works. Just don't use it on anybody else. Use it on yourself. Hey, Booty Raider, good to see you. Yeah, I got your message. January, right? What's in the box? This is a monster right here. We got Jay Smith here. We got Mudgy Magician. Giraffes. Do you want a shark? All right, all these songs are brand new, okay? Giraffe just asked for a shark. Spending 2,500 channel points to get one. That's okay. That's cool. Sasha Size is here. You definitely need to sub. Remember, subs are 25% off right now for like the next couple days. And also, all cheers, all bit over 300 get a bonus from Twitch. Polly 2K wants a silly hat. You guys are just fucking with me, aren't you? Look at you guys. All right, get subbed up for me, okay? I got a fucking hat for you. You need a silly hat guy. Hey, Sozo for me. Want to see another one? It's green, so it doesn't show up very much. You're the Genco. JNCO, buddy. I used to have those jeans. Genco. First of all, jaded raver, that's not how it works. If you're a raver, all right. First of all, meet me on camera 2. Meet me on camera 2. Yeah, we gotta talk. Yes, the world famous camera 2. Look. Did you get out of bed this morning? Yeah, we all like to think we're all badasses and we're all cynics, right? But you're not. You're an optimist. And if you got out of bed this morning and put on pants and walked out of the house, if you were an optimist, you'd be curled up on the floor in the fetal position. You are an optimist. You want this to work. And the people that want you to think that it's all hope. Rupestrian is here. Rupestrian, so good to see you, buddy. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Chanukah. Whatever you're celebrating. I'm just celebrating having all these cool people here. Yeah, happy. A very merry happy to you. My name is DJ Liquid Todd. What I'm doing right now is playing a whole set of songs, most of which I've never played before. Some of these are remakes, of course, because that's the way dance music works. Welcome back, DJ Slicks Mix. Energy equals equality. Sasha Size. The original version of the song is by Reflect. And it's so fucking good. Sometimes I have to go back and play the, hey, Jay Smith, before you go, can I tell you a story? Ever told you the story of the long goodbye? It's a good story. You got a second? Jay Smith. I'm gonna tell you a story.
Come and save me, baby. I'm calling. Come and be with me, baby. Come as you are. Come catch fire, baby.
Okay, Jay Smith. I'm gonna tell you a story. So when I first started streaming, right? I've been DJing for over 30 years. Mostly clubs and bars. And I had to get used to this new format because the last thing you want anyone to do... Shmuddy, you want to hear the story? The last thing you want anyone to do is say goodbye to everyone.
Come catch a feeling. It's electrifying me. Eyes wide open. I'm dreaming. Free falling, baby. Awake before I'm down. Free falling, baby. Awake before I'm down.
Because, you know, here's the thing. When you're at a club or a bar, right? When people like look at their watches, like, oh shit, it's late, I gotta get out of here. So you don't want to give them a chance to do that, right? You want to just keep hitting them with the freaking, with the hits, right? So it was really hard for me to get used to people like saying goodbye to everyone in the chat, because the chat is a big part of this whole thing. I was like, okay, all right. I had to grit my teeth every time. I was like, all right, goodbye. I'm like, don't tell people goodbye. They're all gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta go to sleep too.
Come and touch me, baby. I need to breathe.
Thanks for the sub there, Jay Smith.
And come hold me, baby. I need to feel love. I need to feel love. And come catch a fire. Don't let me fade away.
So I noticed though,
Come catch a fire, baby. Don't let me fade away.
1 minute.
Come catch a feeling. It's electrifying me. Eyes wide open. I'm dreaming. Free falling, baby. Awake before I'm down. Free falling, baby.
What I noticed though is sometimes people would say goodbye, and then they would do it again.
Touch me, baby. I need to breathe. And come hold me, baby. I need to feel love.
It used to drive me crazy. I made me very angry. And then this one time, someone said goodbye 3 times. They're like, I really got to go this time. All right, goodbye. Do the whole thing and say goodbye to everybody.
Come and touch me, baby. I need to breathe. And come hold me, baby. I need to feel love. 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 I need to feel love.
But then I met Adam K, by the way, at Brooklyn Mirage. Anyway, so after that guy said goodbye 3 times, I was like enraged. I wanted to just murder him. Like, well, you already said goodbye. Don't just slide out the side door, dude. But then I realized it's a compliment. This dude, he needs to go. He's got to go. He needs to go to bed. But he can't. Like, he just can't leave. And I realized it's a compliment, not an insult. So I turned that frown upside down, and now I call it the long goodbye. So if you're still here, it's cool. Streamlabs. These are all new songs. Play them tonight. Anyway, good night. It's okay, Jay Smith, if you stick around, because it's a long goodbye.
Wandering halls.
The hell?
It mirrors my present. Couldn't be clearer.
Hey, Beer Bong. Welcome back to Beer Bong. Remember, guys, right now, subscriptions are 25% off, and any cheer over 300 bits gets a bonus from a Twitch bot.
We're stuck in
Yamaguchi here. Jay Smith. Sasha Size. Beer Bong 122 Go 2. Brent Evans. Runs like a sad sloth. DJ Curtis Atchison, Bucket Bass is here somewhere. Freddy the Wonder Lizard's out there. Zark, Luxvox, Mrs. Yorl, Night Diver, Oiak. Jen, DJ Rocket MD, Colorado Wee Woo, Mudgy, Giraffes out there, Polly, Rebecca. You guys are awesome, by the way. You're cool. that. Freddie the Wonder Lizard jumping out of obscurity there with the 500 biddies, and Twitch throwing in an additional 100 bits. Look at that. Thanks, Freddie. Good to see you. How you doing, buddy? Let's see what happens. Look at that shit. Let's try this one out here. I want to thank Jay Smith for the resub, probably for subscribing for the first time. Freddie the Wonder Lizard for the 500 bits on Twitch. This is New Music Tuesday. All these songs are brand new. Well, the communities, I can't take credit for the community. The community is just, it's pretty cool. And you're part of it now, Mochi, so, you know, such a size is the shit. Think like us, sync like us. Syncogram. Not bad.
Sometimes I feel like throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you. Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't care. But you got the love I need to see me through. Sometimes it seems the going is just too rough. And things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then it seems like life is just too much. But you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily need. Oh. When friends are gone, I know my Savior's love is real. You know it's real. 'Cause you got the love. 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 You got the love.
A classic. We are connected. We are all connected. Honestly, we're all in the same lifeboat. Right now, you are going at 184,000 miles an hour, hurtling through time and space on a little planet.
You got the love. You got the love. You got the love.
We're all on a lifeboat.
You got the love. You got the love. You got the love.
Here's the good news. We can do anything. There's nothing that can't be done if we do it together. If we fight each other, though, we lose. And people looking from the outside, they'll be like, what the hell are these people doing? They're on a lifeboat. There's nowhere to go. Why are they fighting?
Throw my hands up in the air. I know I can count on you.
Right?
Sometimes I feel like saying, Lord, I just don't
Thank you so much, Emoji, for the gift sub.
love I need to see me through.
That's number one.
Sometimes it seems the going is just too rough. And things go wrong no matter what I do. Now and then it seems like life is just too much. But you got the love I need to see me through. When food is gone, you are my daily need.
We got ourselves a hype train. We have a hype train going on. Look at this.
Friends are gone, I know my
Look at this.
love is real. You know it's real. 'Cause you got the love. 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 You got the love.
It's okay. The original is like my favorite. Level 1 hype train with 55%. Guys, remember, subscriptions are 25% off right now. And also, if you cheer, more than 300 bits, Twitch throws in a bonus. The bigger the bits, the more the bonus. Alright guys, got a level 1 hype train going on right now on New Music Tuesday. Get to the top of level 1, I'll turn the space trains on. Sorry, I'll turn on the space trains.
They're pretty cool. Alright guys, if you're subscribed,
you will not see any ads. There'll be a 30-second ad if you're not subbed. Hang in there. All these new songs. Level 1 hype train 55%. What do you guys got? Who's got some bits? Try 300 bits. Try it. Put the gun down. Hell no. .1 minute left in this hype train. Get us on the top of level 1 at least. Who's got some bits?
No, this is what I sound like. You know, I would if there wasn't like it's just like you, Dennis, and Wellbot. Like, I'm not like a streamer. I'm just streaming. I mean, I do. Because my pants are on. Not really. But I'm saying they are. No, you're not going crazy. I'm just watching Mr. Todd on the side. But now, though, we have cleared that up for everybody here in the stream.
Hi guys, it's been a fantastic Music Tuesday, by the way. We're gonna go over a meet over on.
I got a kitty here in between the keyboard and the.
I want to go to raid Devil House. Is it Devil House or Devil House? Whatever, we're going to raid him. Coming up, the 3 days before Christmas, it's going to be Feliz Navidad. Follow me everywhere. Follow me
And all I did was pick her up. She complained so loudly.
Sexy picture.
Oh, he's out of here. I'm not sure what to do about this both actually. The DJs, he's trying to get his audience, transfer his audience over to the Kick platform, because they have better rates, to be honest. Like, if you're a streamer and you can pick and choose where you go, Kick would give you a better paycheck. And so he's trying to move them over there, which is cool. But usually I'm just like, I don't know, I'm already engaged. Like, I'm listening to music, and oh, he went away. Okay, well, new music, click. But anyways, currently trying to figure out what to do about this door / situation here. I really, really, really like where the door is, and I'm trying to make that work. Unfortunately, I have a height difference here. That's really kind of a problem. And I tried to make this work. Yeah, sometimes I end up chatting and I don't get talking as much, which is fine, because sometimes I'm chatting because I would really like to chat and talk with some people, you know, the whole human connection sort of a thing. And some of it is about me being transparent with what I'm doing with Wutville, so that the community supports me, which is a big part of it as well. You know, there's lots and lots of opportunities for them to see what I've been doing, me explaining myself in different spots, you know, and that's paying off, it seems. The community seems to be embracing that. It seems like everybody was like, I think one guy said it properly for me. He's like, I'm not a fan of Wutville, but I would like to be. So I was like, you know, that's awesome. I will do more promo once I have a working map that I can actually let people run around in. It won't be finished and detailed by any means, but I can, you know, it's working. Right now, it's not working. You know, I've been placing a lot of the environment art and everything, and it'll probably take, I don't know, maybe a week. Like, once I finish this phase of like the environment art design, stitching it up and turning it into a working map will probably take, like, to be honest, it would take about 8 hours. Like, it would take about a day's worth of work, maybe 2 with coffee breaks or something, you know. So I'm not like rushing to get there because it's not a lot of work. Like, once I get there, it's like, okay, wrap this shit up, because this is all much more important. to get right. But I also want to not go the extra step beyond that, where I've like polished everything out completely, because that's not going to happen anyways in the time. But I want to let people. I want people to see it, that it's gotten pretty far, but it is also definitely still open for feedback. There's opportunity for them, like, you know, if you show somebody a completely finished model or map, and, you know, they may or may not actually, well, some of those kids don't know the fucking difference. So it'll be like, start over. You know, fuck off. But you get the point. Is that he gives them some opportunity. He gives them. Sometimes people feel they need to say things, and it's kind of like at a shooting, and I feel it's kind of an analogy I have is like it's at a shooting gallery. People want to be able to shoot something. They want to feel smart. And so when you're at a shooting gallery, you feel smart, you shoot the duck. You knock the duck over. And so to apply that to the map, you basically you have a bunch of places where there's ducks. Places where it's easy for them to. It's a really bad analogy, I know, but it's the one that's in my head. So you place these ducks are easily shot, or easy mentioned items, so that people can feel smart easily, and you can say, "Oh yeah," and it's an easy thing to fix. It's an easy kind of, it's a layup sort of thing. You let them say something, because often they don't have the vocabulary or they're experienced to say deep thoughts about some of this stuff. So, they're like, "Hey, I don't like the stripes on this thing." And you're like, "Cool." Boom, it's fixed it. Now it's solid. Like, "Wow, great." That's the kind of like, easy things to do. And I don't say you do it on purpose, but sometimes I do. I guess I'm admitting that I do some of that shit. Or more, I leave things purposely undone. Or I don't put a little specific, like, extra level of polish on it. Like, say, there's a couple examples right here. Like this hallway connection. There's nothing in there. The doors don't work. They don't have their hinges. Nothing about them actually works. Someone will say something about that. They'll say, "Hey, there's nothing in this room. There's no doors in those doors there. There's no door frames here. Hey, this doesn't work." That's a duck. It's like, yeah, I fucking know. And it's like, cool, man, thanks. Missed it myself. I didn't understand. It's, you go back and you're like, okay, well, I got to put the hinges on it to fix it, but will that actually even open? Will that shit actually need detail in there? At the moment, it doesn't need anything more than what it's already got. Need to make sure it collides, but, whatever. Have I ever collabed on a map? No. Nobody's ever asked me to. And I never have mapped, I've never, like, when I mention my ideas, people are just like, "I don't know how to build that." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I do. So why do I need you?" I mean, I haven't had that exact conversation, but it's kind of the point. Is like, why do I need to do collabs? What does somebody bring to me? Also, more than anything else, nobody's ever asked. And I guess I have more than enough ability that I haven't asked somebody else because I haven't felt I needed to. Oh, I see what you're getting at. Well, it would not be difficult. Like right now, I'm in the main map. Remember, I had mentioned before about those instances, like this map, this thing here, that's all orange now. Someone could be working on that sitting next to me, or in Canada, whatever. Source control works fine, and so we could just assign that chunk of the map that's orange right now, that map piece, to that person. They would work on it, check it into source control. I'd grab a copy of it, and I'd see their updates there. So working, multiple people working on it is absolutely possible. It's not as, so have I done it? No, I haven't done it, but I work that way anyways, because I have a bunch of fucking weird ass fucking shapes. Being able to break it up and concentrate on pieces of it at a time is extremely useful. So I break up and work in instances as well for my own benefit. Yeah, and source control, it would be the same. Just like locking a file, yeah. But like on a map, on map, you're talking with the person daily when you're working on it. Like, it's like, hey, I'm working on the map today. You're not just off, in a cave doing it, and they get updates magically. Sometimes it could work like that, but ideally you're working together, and that they're working in that piece of the map, because you've discussed that they're working in that piece of map. That, at least that's how I imagine a collab working. But that's also, I don't know how a collab would work. It would, because I can do so much of the technical stuff, maybe, but also there's a lot of people getting pretty good at doing the technical stuff too. They've actually started to, I saw a few maps that have catched up and caught a few of my tricks on using some of the NPCs, which is basically pulling them all apart and repackaging them with new animations, which is not difficult if you know how to do it. No, BSPs are binary, but the files above them are ASCII. Files I work in are ASCII. BSP, the B stands for binary. Space partitions. So you're right, but not quite. But, you're not doing the work, so, whatever. I work from source control from a team remotely as my day-to-day job. As long as your communication is happening, it's fine. Not it really is not something to be afraid of. Yeah, we use Perforce. There's other options up there, and there's other reasons why you use different things, but we use Perforce. It's what I've used most of my career. Actually, every job I've ever been at has had to use Perforce. They've had other things too, but Perforce has always been in the mix. Sometimes they'll use different things for like the art assets perhaps, or another, sometimes different platforms get different source controls better than Perforce, or the person in charge likes it better. That's more often than not. The only reason you have differences is the person in charge likes different things. Yeah, it's, it's not quite pull request in this case, but your intent of what you're saying is not wrong. So I just check shit in. Ain't nobody fucking pulls requests on me. I just stick that shit right in there. We're testing that shit in Maine. But it also has my name on it when it goes in. So if it fucks up, they come and talk to me. So like when you have big projects, you have things like pull requests and stuff. Or extremely important ones, like, hey, we're checking it. We went from Unreal 5 to 5.2 recently. The engine upgrade. They went through that whole very manual process out loud because it was very, very important to get right. But normally it's a little hotter, but we're a small team. There's only about like 50 of us, or at most 50, and most of us are know what we're doing. Just so it's not a problem. And then the young people, we make sure they know what buttons to push. Why hasn't anybody made an open source hammer? Actually, it's the one I'm using, I believe, is the open source hammer. This is Hammer ++, which was a porting of the original Hammer onto Hammer C++, and I believe that is open source. But to be honest, could it use some more options? Oh, hell yeah. Here, let me show you one. Like right here, where it has rotations on the material on a face. I so want some 90-degree buttons. Click, 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 or, oh my god, this, it's fucking... So yes, I would love to see some shit. See that happen, but I've got this monkey called Wutville on my back that I need to deal with first. Alright. So, when I have problems with my design, when I'm having problems with the design, I talk it out loud. Whether I'm on stream or not, when I'm doing it at home, nobody's listening but the cats, so it's fine. And it's useful to hear myself say the words out loud. Sometimes when you say it in your head, you kind of go fast, and sometimes me struggling to say the words properly makes me think about the problem. Basically, for me, words have power. And so this is how it works. There's no there's no walls around it yet. It's not sealed by any stretch of the imagination. Because the way it gets sealed, first I need to have the geometry that I want to see, and I have the seal points designed and set now, but I still have to fill up everything else. And I could either spend time doing the sealing up, which would then invariably change as I come back, and then do more of the rest of the environment. I would invariably have to change something. And because this is a remaster of a map, I guess you would say, it's not, the path has already changed. I'm just explaining some of this is like for myself as well, is that I know where I know where the train is going to go. I know where it's going to stop. I know where all the starts and stops are, because I want to keep those all the same, because that's what Valve bought, And as a person who's sensitive to like developers, if I was the developer and I bought something from a person in this situation and it's kind of fucked up, for them, and they said, they're like, hey, if you can make this better, we would like that. Do they want a whole brand new map? No. They want this map, the map they bought, working. And if it looks better and it meets the feedback from the community, that'd be great. And so that's kind of been my marching, is like kind of thinking through what Valve wants out of this effort, because they said they would like to have it better, when we first discussed this. It's just hasn't been, wasn't going to do it yet till now, obviously. So that said, me trying to seal the map up and like test some of that, it would be a wasted effort, because that's already baked into the design. That's what, beginning of what, again, Valve bought that. They didn't buy a map that's 2 times as long. They didn't buy one that has a wiggling new zone that does a loop-to-loop, basically the same thing. Little bits here and there longer because of, the reasons, and little things here and there are different to help, make it all work. But it's been a challenge at some of this parts up here at the top, because when I made it, I just made a hallway and decorated it with the pipes and called it done. I don't think that place, like if that shit was paint, it wouldn't have been dry between the time I made it and when I shut the shit off. It was there very short time. It was never looked at. So all this really had to be rebuilt. And so I'm rebuilding it, and it's taking some time. What did Valve tell you what they bought? No, that's not how it worked. I talked with a Valve employee. And the first time they talked to me, they said, hey, we would like this, and if you can give us a copy that you can build on the newest SDK, we're going to publish it. I'm like, all right. And so I did, and I gave it to them. And I thought they would do some testing and stuff, and they didn't. They just published it. It was like, all right. And so a bunch of shit was broken. Bunch of collision wasn't there. And they're like, hey, can you fix this shit today? A bunch of stuff like the collision was some of the big stuff. And I was like, sure, absolutely. And I did, and gave, and he was like, hey, and right now it takes a little, it's not as optimized because all the map seals weren't. It's sealed as one piece, but it wasn't sealed internally. So when you were at the top of the map, you're basically always rendering most of the map all the time, even if you were at the top or the bottom. And there was stuff in there that was meant to prevent that. And it was working in theory, It was probably culling out like 10%, not much. And the effort to cull was taking a bunch of extra CPU as well. And so in the end, the right solution was to put in these skyboxes. And so I'm like, but that means I have to build in some bridges and some, like, because before most of the whole track was open to the sky above, and to be able to seal it, they have to go into a place so that you can, make that a different one. There are some optimization methods, but they're not going to help it's CS2, or it's not the same. Whatever's over there is not in the TF2 source. They're absolutely different versions of the engines at this point. The things they get in CSGO are not in TF. A few things, and by few I mean like 3 features that were very much like 1 or 2 line. Like if it was easy for them to bring something over and it was in their interest, they would do it. If it was difficult and they didn't have any reason to do it, they wouldn't do it. So hoping to get any sort of features from any other source, well, port potentially through the effort of doing the port. Maybe is the answer to that. I would have to look at what that specific, like right now we're talking hand wavy, sort of thing. So the answer is maybe yes. But in the end, the right solution is to just break it up into separate rooms, big large rooms, but rooms. Building bridges that come across the track to bring those sky things down to make those rooms. In the end, that's what this is about. There's a wall here, like it'll be decorated and all that, of course, but that's why I have these tunnels, is to make this, its own room. It's the way it's supposed to work. It's the way that the engine wants it. It kind of is also the way that it helps with the staging. It helps people, once they're past this tunnel, they know that they don't have to run back into that area anymore. The gameplay is forward from that. It's basically not a bad thing. Yeah, you're not wrong, Wellbot, but what the problem was is that imagine here. Let's see here. I'll show you. I can show you. Let's see here. Paint. Yay. Here, I'll show you exactly the gist of what's going on. Is that you had this large cliff in the beginning, and then you had land, and then you had a train track. You had train tracks that went around, and they came up to here. And it was like that. And then you had a skyboxes that went around the whole thing. Now, the way it was supposed to work is that this skybox was actually what they called a hint brush. And you put one here and you put one here. So that when you were standing up here, it would say, don't look below us if you can't see us. And you couldn't see them where you were at. So you shouldn't have been able to see down below. But it didn't work out that way. So when you stood up there, you could see everything below. You could see the whole map. And it was rendering. It does currently render the whole map when you're up there. Now, when the map first came out, that was, 2060 was the best card. Now there's 4090s. It's every year it's less of a problem. It's kind of like area portals are part of the issue. God damn it! I need to find a bigger fucking so I can see the goddamn pixel. And so it's like. So instead of like the area portal was basically this horizontal green one, and when you stood here, there was supposed to be walls so you couldn't see them. In theory, that worked. It's supposed to work. But the way it works is that it's like, well, because the player can see into this space easily, they can also then see into this space, which sees into this space, so we better load everything down here too. And since there was so it just, it sucked. I put the shit in that I thought would work, and it didn't. And now and so when you look at that whole thing, you have this fairly tight spiral, basically. And it was like, well, how do you cut that up? And it's like, well, here obviously, because each one is like a stage room. So it's one here, and then here, and that's actually more or less what I've done. Broken it up into 3 rooms. Really getting the top, it's actually 4 because you got that big room that's underneath. But anyways, so but in the end, when you're here, you will not render any of that anymore, and you'll probably render this room and this room, but not much else. Yes, golden ratio is definitely in there. I am a trained architect. Some of that shit just, for me, at some point I decided, in the end, it's a bunch of shit that's, it's good starting spots. Yeah, like this whole thing was it's definitely started as a golden ratio. That first leg, like here, I'll show you. Oops. This first leg is definitely that long strip, and then it goes zoop, Now it's gotten a little different. But that's, the original sketch was definitely the golden section. And then having it spiral up, and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss thing. Oh, hey, maybe that's a good, fun thing to, like, play off of, because it's cartoon as well. Meh. I don't think they were ready. I know why they did it, is because they pick things like this, and they've told me, because they're looking to get the community. They're looking to get different things from the community, and they have. Like this year, they got a shopping mall with a ice rink in the middle of it, and a Zamboni machine that went around killing people if you get in front of it. That's fucking awesome. And like last year, they got some port map, but it had a seal, an animated, like, playful seal in it that people fell in love with. And I think you could feed it fish, maybe. I don't remember. But like, that's Valve's reaction. That's the reaction Valve wanted. They want people going further and doing different things than what they've been doing. They don't want 2 Fort with Christmas lights anymore. Done it, seen it, moving on. They want more interesting things. Now, when they picked my map, did they, they're, at the time, it was the most different Christmas map on there. Everything else was extremely traditional, extremely pretty much 2 Fort with a Christmas tree in the corner, and then snow outside. There was nothing that was out of the typical design realm, and so that's why they picked it, is because they're like, hey, we want different things. It's not necessarily probably what they would have made themselves, but their thing. Anyways, you fall asleep, sir. Oh no, you were saying yawn, because yeah, I got it. So, but you try to explain that to the community. They, by and large, it doesn't sink in if they haven't tried to make shit themselves. Pushing a train to a JJ, personally causing a wreck. Sure. I mean, you'd have to get into, yeah, like there's a push, yeah, there's definitely, there's systems where you can do a push-pull, where there's one car and both teams are actually pushing it. Some of them are pulling it, other ones are pushing it, sort of a thing. And so there's 2 ends. I considered that one for this one for a little bit, and then said, fuck it. Because in the end, I wanted to use the train bits. Because I think the year before, the Frontier map had gone in. And I was like, cool. I can now legally steal those pieces of that map, basically the working train cart, and modify it for my own needs, because now it belongs to Valve, and I don't have to like go figure out who the fuck made that thing like 20 years ago and get them permission to, I'm just like, fuck that shit. Yeah, but once Valve owns it, I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. which a lot of people still don't understand. I get people that are like, hey, I'm gonna make like this hat that looks like shit in Wutville. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, first of all, yeah, totally. Second of all, let me explain to you how, like, you do not have to ask me. If you ask anybody, it would be Valve, but they don't care either. Make your hat. What are you doing there, Mr. Mielser? Anyways, I bet you guys didn't know I have a Dr. Seuss tattoo. On my bicep. It's a little fish. Everybody knows that, do they? Cool. I barely remember it myself. I actually only remembered it when the doctor on Saturday said, which arm would you want to put it in? Oh, I see. Sorry. Yeah. Well, I mean, I like, potentially Wellbot might know. Because I think I've actually shown it off, like, on Twitter once, but, like, 10 years ago. So, you know. I personally don't forget when someone would do that, but, you know, whatever. Anyways. But yes, I've got a Dr. Seuss fish. It's called Seuss Navy. And it's a little fish bone with a little Seuss Admiral cap on. In World War II, Standard Oil and Exxon had a promotional campaign to get recreational boaters in the south of the states to not use their boats to save fuel for World War II. And if you promised not to take your boat out and told them about it, they would send you a little flag to fly on your boat, and you would part of the Seuss Navy. An extremely rare and obscure little fact. And so I have the little Seuss Navy icon on my arm. Yeah, I've always enjoyed Dr. Seuss. Something about it. Because it's, to me, it always made sense when someone told me some of the, or I read some of it about some of the things that Dr. Seuss, like he didn't like kids. Like, he was not a fan. But he was a businessman. So he tolerated them. But some of the books, like God, which one? It's like Red Sox. I don't know which one of it. It was like, it's like, oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we made that one because I made a bet with my publisher that I could make a book with under 100 different words. It was basically like a flex of saying, these books are so fucking simple that I don't even need to, like, use many words. Yeah, it might have been that one. It was either that one or it might have been Cat in the Hat. I don't know. But it was just like, this man was not a fucking poet. This man was and not an artist. He was a person who made content to sell. I was like, he's a person I understand. I'm like, I get it. He's not there to make art. He's there to make money. I was like, wow. I was like, yeah, and that's what we do for a living. We don't make art. We make games. They're meant for, blah, blah, blah. You know the arguments. I do too. It endeared him to me, as in, he wasn't this this grandfatherly, kind teaching soul. He was a guy looking to make some fucking money. Something like that, yeah. Yeah. But it was just that flex of, like, yeah, I can do this. I can sell a book, and I barely have to make fucking any effort at it. Like, oh my god. It's like just beastly. Because why would you have a bet about it? Because, oh, well, that will make the printing process so much more efficient. No, it was gentleman's. There's no reason in these books not to spend as many words as you need to. And sure, he might have been like, oh, it's an intellectual to really distill the... No, he didn't like children. He ain't distilling shit down. He was selling product. And the fact that, I've made a child labor camp in TF2 styled after Dr. Seuss is so meta that people don't fucking even understand. I mean, it really is. It's a little insane. It goes a couple different. You're like, it's just a TF2 map, and I'm like, yeah, it is. However, there's lots of different layers to this thing, and oh look, and then in the geometry there's a bunch of different layers too. It's weird. This thing is like turning into my masterpiece. Like, once I finish this, I'm gonna die. It's like, oh, you finish your masterpiece, time to die. It's just a joke. Yes, what? Exactly. Well, I caught you on that before. I wish Minecraft was still new. That was a good time. Now I can't play it. It's like, no. Anyways. But, so, alright, let's get back to this. So the problem here was that I started with today was that this thing was actually forward and made a flat face here. It's not going to work out. So I mirrored it because It has a door on this bay system here going into this room and another one going into this hallway. So I just used that axis and flipped the unused area in the building to the back instead of the front. And so basically this is a hallway is really what it comes down to. That goes from here to there. In this area, like, there'll be a fake door going to the back of nowhere. But it lets there be fighting and stuff in here without necessarily killing people who are just spawning. I like big, large rooms to be those alcoves rather than little small dogleg things. Feels better, and those dogleg rooms always feel forced. So then, but I need the spawn, which is in there, needs to have 2 exits. Right now we've got 3. So we got the one that goes into the hallway that we saw. I like this one here because it's at the corner. This is the furthest point back along the track to where the train goes into the hole. So having this door here is kind of like this is the main door. But we also have the problem of height of it being up a little bit higher. The track being here. We've got this whole issue. Yeah, this whole situation here is just not great. And so I do like having the door here. I like that. These things are just stand-in pieces that I just grabbed and threw in there. And that's the same as piece. This would be like, I grabbed some of those wooden barns and stuff and stick a collection of those around to fill in the gaps there. And the idea here was to kind of use the steps like a topographic map, where you actually, and then use snow to kind of fill it in some. And then this is a retaining wall. Now this all kind of works, sorta. Like, I have no problems with that. This retaining wall sucks. I probably will have to build something new. Now the thing is that when the train's coming through, this door will not be open. There'll be a closed door. So this isn't an issue for like defense, like coming up while the train's coming up. People will be able to stand in the doorway, of course, but they're not going to be able to like use this area for defense at all. This is essentially will be closed off. So I don't have a problem with that. But it doesn't flow well down into with this piece here, or this. I try to put in this wall here to kind of like break up some of that, but it just isn't working. Like, that looks better without it, to be honest. But like if you come down here to like camera level, like that's your view. That's just ugly. It's not the right proportions. It's too steep. People would fall off. This is garbage. I just don't have enough room here. I do, but I don't. Not the way that I want to be able to use the space. I don't have enough space. I may be able to, like, I'm probably just going to have to build maybe another maybe another custom wall. Maybe something that works with one of these pieces all better. Yeah, I don't know. It just isn't. This just isn't working out. The layering steps I kind of like. Those aren't working. Yeah, this piece, this whole area in here just isn't working. This is just pieces pieces thrown over to the edge so I can, in case I need them. It's come my cut and paste file. Yeah. Although, to be honest, if it was a little bit lower, it would be nicer. Do I have enough room? So that's just pieces that will get trimmed out. Really just don't have enough. It can maybe go down like another couple steps, maybe, but not. I would want to go down like another meter, maybe. I could do like maybe a third of a meter. Not quite what we want there. Given my systems, we can't really get more stairs here. So I would either have to figure out a new way to put a stair in there, which really doesn't look like there's much options to get a longer stair there. Because I also don't want these two doors to be exactly next to each other. Like the fact that they're both going to be pointing in the same direction is probably going to need to get changed. Like this one will need to get pointed straight up or mirrored in the other direction. That's easy. I got plenty of room and nothing's designed over there. The track isn't over there. I've got literally plenty of room to make that work. Do not care about that. I've just designed myself into a problem here, though. Maybe if I turn this one and put it here and really move that one further, but that starts to make this feel artificial. But forcing this one to come out this direction, facing this mini cliff, is really tough to fight. If I can get a retaining wall in here that looks and works good, maybe. I mean, I do have this green thing. I could maybe bend that up and maybe make that work, but no, it's not really the right gesture. It's not the right shape. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that to here, which is not difficult, and then that leaves this being a cubby area, which is fine. But then I've got, well, I guess I do still actually have two exits, because I still have that exit that's in the tunnel or in the bridge, and then I still would have this one here, and then if I flip that one out, yeah, maybe that can maybe work. Well, Bot, actually, I was actually wanting to talk to you. What I'm curious about doing is the end goal is to make metal green tooths. And then I've been thinking about ways to do it that aren't 3D printing. And the best way that I know how that's not is lost wax casting, which you're probably at least a little familiar with your 3D printing stuff. And so if I can get I need a mold that will make I need a 3D mold that will make more wax pieces so that I can then recycle, so then I can then make new green tooths. You get the point. And so obviously I've got the 3D model, and I can, I know what spurs are. I could build that on, I could build a model with that on it. But I wasn't sure if you knew somebody that, because in the end, if I could pay somebody to make a mold that I could then make the wax bits from, that would be great. Because in the end, I don't want to spend money to buy tools to make that, when in the end, I just want to make a bunch of green tooths. And sure, I understand that I might have to buy a vacuum machine. I get it. But I guess my point is I don't necessarily want to buy a bunch of mold making equipment and a new 3D printer. So anybody who makes it, who might do that kind of work, would make the molds. I assume they would be like silicone molds. I found a few places online that potentially, they're like, as I would expect, they're, hey, you got an idea for something you want custom, give us a call, we'll give you a quote. And I haven't moved to that level yet. I'm going to wait till after the new year. Just let everything settle financially, blah, blah, all that. Taxes may come out of the blue and be really stupid. So I don't want to spend, $500, $600 on some equipment, when I should have been giving it to the government, basically. Oh, sure. No, that's yeah, having metal molds would be awesome. And since I'm only doing one object, I did consider that. But I also can't imagine that those are cheap. But like I said, I'm pondering it at the moment. Looking around. Because if I can make some, some proper metal ones myself, I've got, my garage has, I've got a 20 by 30 section in the back of the garage, that's gravel. Like, I could pour bronze castings back in there. Yeah, I understand the hollow section of it. I was thinking that I would probably maybe have to build 2 molds. Like a back with the spur, and then the front face of the piece. And then make 2 wax pieces. That would be doable. And then since it's wax, I could put them together, and smooth, use a little beeswax or there's a couple different wax types that I potentially could use, basically to seal that nice and smooth. So I wasn't. But then, but I might be wrong about that. Like, maybe that would still show up in the cast. Don't know. But yeah, I'm familiar that a silicone mold in the end wants to be a cone, for lack of a better term, about it. The green tooth does not, the hollow version, but I found that most people don't give a shit about it, whether it's hollow or not, I guess. They found the fact that it's hollow is novel. I personally liked it because that's the way I designed it. It has some depth that way, blah, 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 yeah, blah. But, if I'm casting them myself, the concept of having a filled version of it, especially if I'm like casting them out of like pewter, and that extra chunk of metal is like 50 cents. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's, I have pondered this out a little bit more and watched a few YouTube videos of some people using some of the more newer machines. Yeah, I could definitely make a version that was designed for the technology that it would be cast, change the angles so that it would work better, sort of a thing. Totally, make it so that they're just slightly beveled a little bit to help everything work, better. But yeah, I don't. Just, I'd like to do that. It's interesting. I tried the 3D print version of it, years ago. Obviously, the machines that I bought was not ready. Some of the resin ones are really kind of nice, but in the end, I want metal objects, and I'm not going to end up buying one of those metal printers anytime soon. So the idea of doing casting is really kind of my next option. Especially since I have a section of my garage that's 100% ready for pouring of hot liquid metals on the ground without any problems. I have a propane furnace back in there, and it would not be a problem at all. So, plenty of space, plenty of room around the furnace. Furnace could sit on the ground. Furnace could sit on the concrete. Like, no big deal. And then even if I for whatever reason wanted to or needed to dig into the ground to make a pit, sometimes you do that with casting. I can, it's gravel on top of the ground. For whatever reason, they made this large garage, and then the back third of it, they just didn't put the concrete floor there. They put the concrete wall, foundation around the wall. The wall's there. It's just there's a section of it that's like down. Yeah, I kind of pondered that too. My problem with spending money on a metal cast, because you're 100% right, absolutely, was that it's a larger investment than I perhaps was ready. Like, I don't even know if that's what I want to be doing yet. Like, I want to make one once, but like, hey, yeah, this is cool. As I'm kind of I haven't done any wax casting since high school, so obviously the first time I do it will look like shit. But I don't want to spend $10,000 on a set of molds when I haven't, I'm just not sure yet. Oh, I definitely can buy I've got enough room back there. I could buy a forge big enough to melt anything like that we would use, like steel, aluminum. Definitely enough, for the production of one of these things at a time. Absolutely, if not 3 or 4 of them at a time. Like, I don't necessarily need to buy the smallest forge out there. I have enough room to build like maybe a medium one, so that I could do like enough metal to do 4 of these things at a time. Maybe. But then it's like I also am like, oh yeah, I look at these. I'm like thinking so forward. Like, yeah, I want to make 4 at a time. You don't even know if you can even sell one. So I was also kind of pondering how to take some small steps in that direction. Get my feet wet maybe before diving too far deep. But to be honest, though, yeah, having metal plates does make more sense, because that's like, it's not a design that's going to change. And I know that there's a market out there for them if I can make them cheap enough. Yeah, that's yeah, exactly. Like in the end, I would need somebody to, like, them making the molds for me would be a custom gig for them. So I'd have to find a small foundry that would be willing to work with me. I don't know. Something to think about. I'm going to keep pondering it some, because I would, in the end, like to make those more the eternal quest. At some point, those 3D printers for metal will come down in price. But they might also be able to make Earl Grey tea at that point, though, too. So, we'll see. Yeah, making knives at home is not difficult. That's... yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to need somebody. Yeah, I very much expect that is kind of where we're at some point. Because most of what we breathe is carbon dioxide, and half of that is carbon. And so if they could basically figure out how to just have a machine sitting there stripping carbon out of the air, they could 100% use that to print. So yeah, just a matter of time. Oh, yeah, I mean, being able to do a forge is, cool, but has he ever made those sorts of like metal plates or metal molds before? Like if he has, then absolutely. But I guess my point is, I want to, since I'm paying for this, I absolutely will go with friends, but I also want to go somebody with experience. If he's made this before, cool, 100%. But yeah, when I'm potentially spending some money and I'm nervous about it, I will, at that point, then I double down to make sure that I'm working. Like I don't mind spending the money, but at that point I make sure that I'm working. I'm going to get what I expect. Yeah, and if you talk to him, you see him, or whatever, or so I'm in no hurry. Next year is my thoughts on it. But yeah, the people who there's lots. I mean, there's not one on every street, I guess, but the amount of people that make knives at home is, at least in my experience, there's a lot of them. Because you need a very low rent forge, basically some fire blocks and a propane tank, and then an anvil and a workbench. And the anvil does not have to be very big. I saw somebody use a piece of train track as an anvil. Which I now that I think about it, I was like, how did he cut that motherfucking thing? I don't know, he probably bandsaw somewhere. Anyways, I am done fussing tried a solution, but it does not work. I'm not going to force it. I tried to force it, but it just isn't working. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely... Oh, in the Midwest, there's lots and lots of, or at least around where I was living, around in Indy, there was a handful of large train yards that were just abandoned, and so, and some of them, the rails were coming up, because sometimes the rails are bent. The reason they have those, they're spiked into place, is because they're not necessarily 100% straight when they're installed. And so they literally physically bend them straight. But over time, they're kind of like large pieces of springs. They will, if they don't have maintenance, they will sometimes spring, and you'll see them kind of get wobbles in them, and the ends of them will start to curl a little bit. But anyways, there's those kinds of like train yards with those types of tracks were all over the place. I'm sure he just had grabbed a short piece at some point, the end piece of something, and took it home. Yeah, there was a chance that if I didn't, and if computers weren't coming around at the time, I 100% would have gone into like casting and sculpture and all that kind of stuff. It was much more interesting, but yeah, than computers. Alright, let's see here. We'll have it coming out that way. And with that being right there, God, almost just cut that off, to be honest, and not even use that exit. We'll see. I might build something here, like it's, I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, this exit, no bueno. Those machines that they shit out those they're called a Jersey barrier, but they're those concrete dividers that go in the middle of on the highways, and those concrete barriers are like a meter tall, like 2 meters long, 3 meters long, about a half meter thick, and they've got a machine that picks them up. Like if it's going down, they're on the right side of the lane, it picks them up on a curved track that keeps them all moving, and then sets them down on the left side of the road. So they as they drive down the road, they basically move the wall over to the left, and it happens seamlessly as they move. It is weird. And then when you consider each of those things weighs like tons, and it just slowly just drives down the road, and it's fucking amazing. That kind of shit. If I had X number of lifetimes being a mechanical engineer to do some of that shit would have been a fun life. But yeah, I got my own shit to figure out. Alright. Well, I think there's only one person left here. So, which one of it is? Don't know. I'm out of here. Take care, you guys. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. See yous. Oh, cool. Alright. Well, I think you were the last one. Oh, you're both here. Weird. It says there's only one viewer, so. Yeah, I guess I never know. I generally don't. Well, I mean, when it's 0, I assume it's 0, but when it's 1, I know it's, potentially weird. Anyways. I don't know. Yeah, maybe one of you guys isn't logged in to Switch or Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. I said, when I get a audience more than single digits, I will begin to consider to think about it. Till then, meh. Oh, let's see what you got there. This actually sounds familiar. Perhaps not. Oh, I see. Oh, casting metal in rubber molds. Oh, that's fucking... Interesting. No, I was thinking that the silicone molds would make wax. Well, yeah, you understood that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess if you had I guess now that I think about it, because you could use like tin almost. I mean, tin would be, but then tin would also be very like it would be cheap, low temperature. But God, you drop one of those things on the ground, it would squish like a soft apple. I'll look at it though. I'll look and see what kind of metals that can do. Yeah, I was thinking I would do pewter actually, or try to do it. Because tin wouldn't be, or pewter or tin. I guess zinc maybe. In the end, it needs to be able to survive a drop to the floor once. Like, it might get a ding. But if you drop it twice, whatever, it's your own fault. But I figure I don't want to sell something, or make something that's so fragile that it, is, eggshell. The steel ones, you could probably use to kill somebody if you strapped it to a stick. Maybe doesn't need to be that strong, but closer to that than an egg. Yeah, and I wasn't necessarily thinking I would, aluminum, because I understand that aluminum comes with its own problems. But especially when it comes to welding. Yeah. Anyways, but no, I will look this over because the concept of. But see, then if I cast it in a rubber mold, I'd still have to. It would have to be a solid version of it, within or inset, but it wouldn't be hollow. And then you'd have to cut the spur and clean up. That's fine. Maybe I'll look. I'm looking at this. I want to look at the whole process because in the end, I didn't do that with 3D printers. I was like, oh, I can make it. In the end, what I kind of ignored was that yes, you can, but it also takes a bunch of processing at the end, which if you do wrong, you will ruin it. These things are so fragile. And it was just like, it just wasn't worth it. So I want to make sure that I'm, that's kind of like the idea of doing steel molds. So that, it's less tolerant, it's easier to do and harder to fuck up. So spending money on that, I know, pays off on the end. So it's I'm not scared of that idea. But if making rubber molds are super easy to make, turnaround time on them would be like the economics could be there too, though. So I'm not turning anything away. Anyways, well, my voice is obviously starting to grackle. So thank you again. I appreciate it. I will see you in the internets. My goal is to hopefully get this. We'll just say I want to get this closer to being done by the time my vacation is over. So that means I'm going to spend some time on it. Not necessarily going to get it finished. I'm not going to crunch to get it finished. But it will be closer. So. Wow, 3 hours. That's definitely a record for me. Take care, you guys. Thanks again. See you soon.